Hello, my name is Douglas Bloch. I'm an author and a depression survivor. Welcome to your Depression Recovery channel, where each week we share practical tools and coping strategies for healing from depression and anxiety. In a previous video called How Your Thoughts Affect Your Mood, I shared that people who are depressed often see through a glass darkly. In other words, they are biased to see things in a pessimistic light. They tend to see the world through a glass darkly. One of the tools that I have used over the last 3 decades to help myself be more optimistic and be more hopeful is the affirmation. And so I've decided to create a series of videos to share with you everything that I know about affirmations so you can help to change your thinking from pessimism to optimism. Now let's start with the basics. Let's ask, what exactly is an affirmation? I define an affirmation as a positive thought or idea that you consciously focus on in order to achieve a desired result. This result can be a change in your thinking, a change in your feeling, or a change in your behavior. Now that we know what an affirmation is, I'd like to share with you a simple 7-step process that you can use to create a healing affirmation for yourself. Okay, step 1. Pick an area of your life that needs healing. Now, this can be in the area of health, wealth, relationships, creative self-expression, spirituality. But since this is the Depression Recovery channel, let's pick the area of mental health and peace of mind. Step 2. Decide what you would like to occur in that part of your life. Imagine what it would look like if that part of your life were healed. In this particular case, you'd probably want to let go of worry or anxiety about the future if you suffered from an anxiety disorder, and let's pretend that you do just for the sake of this affirmation. Step 3 is to state the desired outcome in a positive way. This is very important. You don't want to say, I am not anxious, because when that happens, when you say I am not something, I am not sick, the subconscious mind doesn't hear the word not, it just hears the word sick. So you don't want to state your affirmation in the negation, you want to state it in the positive. So in this particular case, instead of saying I am not anxious, you might say I am calm, or I trust life, or I am hopeful, something like that. Step 4 is, in addition to stating the affirmation in the positive, you're going to want to write your affirmation in the present tense. So again, what seems more powerful? I will be healthy, or I am healthy. I will be prosperous, or I am prosperous. You see what I'm saying? So I am, powerful words. Whatever you put after those words becomes you. And the point of power is truly in the present. So put it in the first person, present tense, and make it positive. Step 5 is experience how the affirmation feels. Once you've come up with your affirmation, close your eyes and say it to yourself a few times and experience how it feels in your body, in your gut. Because if the affirmation is the right affirmation, you'll feel a sense of rightness. I remember my mentor, one of my mentors, Reverend Ike, once said, fulfillment brings fulfillment. So if it doesn't feel quite right, maybe you want to try, editing it and changing a few words. Like instead of saying I experience peace, you might say I am at peace, or I am peace. Something like that. Just play around with it until you really feel in your gut that the affirmation feels right for you and it fits. Step 6 is repeat your affirmation each day. You can write it down, you can say it to yourself, or most importantly, you can say it out loud. Repetition is the mother of learning. Now, it's really good to repeat your affirmation when you first get up in the morning or right before you go to bed, because you're in what's called a hypnagogic state, in a place where you're in between sleeping and waking consciousness, and you're really receptive to suggestions to the subconscious mind. That's why Reverend Ike says, do not listen to the 11 o'clock news, or do not listen to Morning Edition, on an NPR or any station, any news show. You don't want to wake up or go to sleep with a bunch of bummers being drilled into your brain. That's what you're going to process when you go to sleep, and that's what you're going to think about during the day. Better to basically say something positive, something affirming about yourself, like your affirmation. So at least repeat it when you get up in the morning or before you go to sleep, and ideally other times during the day. Step 7 is turn the outcome of the affirmation over to a higher power. Now, why is this? This is especially important if you're trying to manifest something in the world, like a job or a car or a relationship. Because oftentimes, how many times have you actually wanted something really badly, you didn't get it, you were disappointed, and then you look back in hindsight and getting that would have been the worst thing that ever could have happened to you? You see, we don't always see the higher purpose. We don't always see the higher picture. So that's why it's always good to let the universe have the final say. And there's a phrase that I took from a book called Creative Visualization that came out many years ago that goes something like this. This or something better now manifests for me in totally satisfying and harmonious ways for the highest good of all concerned. Maybe we could even show that to the viewers, because if you say that after your affirmation, you're going to know that your will and the higher will are aligned in perfect divine order, and you only get what's in your highest good and for your highest good. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you gained something valuable from it. In our next video, we're going to learn techniques and tools to further reinforce affirmations that you've created to make them even more powerful and more effective. Thank you for listening again. If you'd want to see my website or subscribe to this channel, click on the links in the closing credits. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. Thank you.